Here's a statistic that should change how you think about your business. Forrester found that 92% of B2B buyers start their search with at least one vendor already in mind. And 41% have already decided on a single preferred vendor before they begin evaluating. That means 9 out of 10 potential clients have made up their mind before they Google you, before they ask for a referral, before they ever see your website. If you're not the name they already have in their head, you've already lost. Doesn't matter how good you are. Now sit with that for a second, because most people hear that stat and think it's a sales problem. It's not. It's a visibility problem. And AI is about to make it significantly worse. Here's what's actually happening. AI is very good at one thing: processing. It takes inputs, data, problems, questions, and produces outputs, analysis, recommendations, answers. Fast, cheap, at scale. If the value your business delivers lives primarily in that space, in what you know, in the expertise you carry, in the information you hold, that value is being commoditized right now. Not in 5 years, now. And this isn't just true for individual consultants or freelancers. It's true for entire organizations. If your company's competitive edge is, we know more than our competitors, that edge is eroding because AI knows more than you. And your competitors have access to the same AI you do. The processing layer is getting flattened. But there's a second layer, and this is where it gets interesting. Gartner predicts that by 2030, 75% of B2B buyers will prefer sales experiences that prioritize human interaction over AI. Not less human connection, more. Why? Because as AI floods the market with information, trust becomes the scarce resource. Anyone can get answers. What they can't get is someone or some company they actually trust to make sense of those answers. The businesses that win in an AI-saturated environment aren't the ones with the most information. They're the ones with the clearest point of view, the ones who stand for something specific, the ones who have built enough of a body of work that people recognize them before they start searching. Edelman and LinkedIn have been studying this for 6 years. 60% of decision makers say they'll pay a premium to work with someone who produces valuable thought leadership. 73% say that thought leadership is more trustworthy as a basis for assessing capabilities than traditional marketing. The way you demonstrate expertise matters more than the expertise itself. Here's my read on what this means for operators. Most companies are building AI strategies around efficiency. How do we produce more, faster, cheaper? And that's not wrong, but it's incomplete. Because if everyone's producing more, faster, cheaper, you haven't differentiated. You've just raised the floor. The real strategic question is, what is our point of view? What do we see that others don't? What would our market miss if we stopped publishing, stopped speaking, stopped showing up with an original take on what's happening? That's not a marketing question. It's an organizational design question. It lives in how you capture institutional knowledge, how you develop and distribute original thinking, how you make sure the expertise that exists inside your business actually reaches the people who need to trust you before they're ready to buy. And most organizations haven't built that system. They're producing content, sure, but content without a clear point of view is just more noise. And in an AI world, the noise floor is rising fast. 40% of consumers trust AI-generated content, which means 60% don't. That gap is your opportunity, but only if you're producing something that's genuinely, recognizably human, something with a perspective, something with stakes. The businesses that come out ahead won't be the ones who automated the fastest. They'll be the ones who were clear about what they stood for while everyone else was racing to the bottom on production costs. So here's the question I'd leave you with. If your company disappeared tomorrow, what specific point of view would your market lose? If the answer is fuzzy, that's where the work is. That's it for today. I'm Audra Carpenter.